And good morning, and okay. Why are you still picking up on sound? That's picking up on a lot of sound. Okay. We're going to. Whoa. Uh, hmm. Maybe it's better if I. Yeah, camera's running. Start the show. What's about it? Don't you know? The fog is gonna drive me nuts. It's tolerable for a moment. I'll run with that. Alright. Whoa. Alright. Shrink you all the way down. Put you up here. Okay. Hi. I'm Aurian Archive, and apologies for the weird setup, if you will. Got a camera. And I'm still actually not entirely sure what to make of it. Okay, so starting from the top. This what I've got here is Anchor's. Well, it's been rebranded, spun off. I guess this guy wants that too. And check our difficulty level. Just so we're not looking at. Alright, so I got Anchor's B600 work conference camera. And the first thing, well, there's actually lots of things. First thing is, right now, looking at the microphones, they seem to be working overtime, picking up sound. I'm not going to say anything for a second. And I can still see the green bar bopping back and forth as though the mics are picking something up. And I don't see an easy way, at least within noise suppression. That looks a little better. Alright, I just turned on in filters, noise suppression, R in noise, more quality, more CPU usage. Well, I've got a Ryzen 3700 in there, I think. What is in here? That's bad when you can't ever remember what you've got. Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, all right. Ryzen 7 3700X is what I've got in here. So, not exactly too worried about processor usage. Graphics card usage, yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Uh, this may not be stable. Sorry. Okay. Couple of things. Uh, all right. So the Anchor has a couple of things. It's got an LED light bar instead of a ring. Right now, I'm kind of using this as a deadener, if you will. Second thing, I kind of like to wear headphones. In this case, these are the Hi-Fi HE5X something planar magnetics. I love these things. They don't have the bass hit that I think I would prefer, but since they're an open back planar magnetic, I can still hear sounds coming, tapping the table out. I don't have them. And then there's the Razer Kraken Kitty editions. They're not hooked up. Great mic. Kind of, kind of. It's Quartz edition, but that's a story all of itself. But terrible sound quality. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's actually the DAC and not the drivers themselves, because they are limited to uh, they're limited to CD audio. So 16, it was something like 16-bit 48K. So even if the drivers themselves may be pretty good, because they're pathetic, since the digital audio controller itself is pathetic. Okay, but anyways, with the planar magnetics, as I turn the volume up in my ears, oh, okay. Turning on the noise filter has actually turned off the microphone response when I'm cranked the audio up. So, okay, it's who makes RNN noise, anyways? Okay, RNN noise, learning noise speech suppression. Uh, all right. RNN noise actually is working pretty well. That just resolved one of my larger questions with the B600. Uh, well, it resolved it in regards to OBS. There are uh, other issues at hand. Camera control, focus auto, zoom. Can I turn zoom auto? I can't really auto any of. It's not letting me auto any of those. Uh, Alright. Okay, one of the reasons why I've got the lighting conditions set up like they do is you can see right behind me. And you can see that I'm basically in a I mean, these are closed. I'm literally sitting in my well, I wouldn't even call this a closet because it's an open room. This is a stainless steel shelf with my clothes hanging from it. Not exactly something I want on camera. And I want to be able to blur the background. And a lot of video apps that I've come across, because this is not actually the first Anchor camera that I've worked with. The first Anchor conference camera I set up for a realty office, and they love it. It does everything they want, but they use it with Zoom for Zoom meetings, and Zoom has a background blur in it. The Anchor app is actually kind of pathetic, and it's the biggest downside so far that I've seen to this camera. Is the software support package is actually, let me grab I think this is the current font. Yeah, okay, and we'll open up yes. Okay, skip. Alright, this is not. Didn't think I'd updated this one. This is kind of phone drama going on in the background. This was the Omidigi F1 Play. This is what I eventually was using to record video on a bike. This is also why it's got that weird magnet on the back. It's just part of the holder for it. But anyways, I had cracked out the screen, so I replaced the screen. Or replaced the screen protector. And the replacement screen protector, the first replacement screen protector that I got, had all kinds of bubbles in it. Didn't see properly, so I got a tempered glass protector. And now, it may not be visible, but when I put the protective case back on, the protective glass cover actually is pushed off the phone. Not good, in short words. And what brought this is that I've been using Nubia's Red Magic 6R, which is a phone I love. There's still some software problems with it. But I went back to the, I blew out the camera on the Umidigi. This is a, Bison? This is, I think, the first Bison. I blew out the camera on this. I mean, it's like the back camera's did boom, out. Which really put me off buying another Bison. Because if I could knock the phone camera case out, somebody who might be a little bit more physically active than I am probably could do more damage. But I did pick up another camera backing, and this time I went around the edges with a Q-tip, and I don't see the bottle, and some Gorilla Glue, clear Gorilla Glue, so maybe it'll hold. I still don't trust it. I know this phone has had some water ingress it wasn't supposed to have, so I'm a little leery about using it. And it seems to work fine, but once you know you've got some liquid in it, is this more recent? Okay, yes, it is more recent. Skip. Alright, you can see on this one, it's recent enough that I have both the Liberty and the Life Q30s listed. Now, occasionally Soundcore will, ask, or Anchor Soundcore will ask you, how is it? How are we doing? And my response has almost always been, I don't know what to use your app for other than to update the firmware. Because I'm not really, I'm not really a big fan of uh, the Loom software package that's inside of here. And the kind of the thing is with the Loom is yeah, I want music. I don't know if it's just being slow or broken because I don't actually have a device. Uh, but Loom has things like they call it Grammy winning artist and grassroots communities. And one of my big things, I guess, when it comes to grassroots artists is how do you get paid? I mean, I like Spotify as a service because there's a very clear outline of this is how you get your music onto Spotify. This is how artists will get compensated for the music being on Spotify. I'm not a big fan of YouTube Music. Now, I use YouTube Music because I've got a grandfathered plan. I'm still paying the introductory price for, excuse me, for Google Play Music, which is so much cheaper than any other streaming music plan, and it ad free. I mean, it's just worth it just to take the ads off of YouTube. Uh, but YouTube, because lots of people use it, almost everyone publishes to it. If there's this particular genre that you like, you can get it through YouTube Music. Uh, so that's what's on Loom because it doesn't really have the kind of music that I'm interested in listening to. And it's even less clear whether or not the music is approved for streaming or whether or not you can use it in a background setting, which makes it extraordinarily non-useful. Uh, if you are trying to, you're trying to use this for streaming music, it feels like something's, it feels like something's missing, if you will. What's it trying to tell me? Greetings. Give me there. It's like actually getting where I don't know if it's just it's going to ask to actually have a device connected. Figures. All right. So yeah, that's the other thing is you need a specific sound core device connected for some of the app functions to work. Which okay, it is their app. It is kind of to be expected. But it does make it a lot less useful if you know you're like using the Loom Music service through Soundcore and you come home and you want to sit down at your computer and plug it in and then it stops working. It's uh, what could have been a decent service is a not so decent service. I can hear some radio programmer somewhere saying, never blow your nose on there. We're at 5 a.m. Probably no one's listening, but at least this gives me a shot to set this up. All right. So I do kind of have this set up where I'm not entirely miserable with it. So this stream is going to remain live. But it does give me an idea of talking points and what I really want to talk about when it comes to looking at the B600. I'm going to restart a new stream and focus on the actual mission, which I was working on. And now that the B600 mics are not picking up every single background noise and triggering all my headphones going off. That should make talking about the badge run a little bit more less painful for me. And if you're wondering about the glasses and the mask, and the hat, well, the hat's probably self-explanatory. The glasses are, as I've mentioned, I've got something wrong with my left eye. So I normally wear an eye patch, which I hate. Especially looking into a camera. I need to get something that wasn't gotten from a doctor's office. I mean, it is one of those where I kind of want to grab it, but I just don't. It looks bad. And the mask is, well, there's some things you just don't want people to see. And sometimes, when you've had a bunch of scrapes, falls, and you can probably still see the scarring. Yeah, I'm not too keen on explaining, these scars, they'll fade eventually. Didn't really want to put them on camera, so hence the mask. And yes, these scars were from the last bike fall when I went and ate some gravel. Literally ate some gravel. My face was full into it, so ate hard. So I'm, like I said, going to restart the stream. And probably, if I bring the camera back up later, I'll find a different mask rather than just a black one, so there's at least a splash of color or something, maybe. Or you could just leave it at black. I mean, this seems to be working fine on being picked up by the camera.